Hi everybody, Jackie Sabrin here, and I wanted to make you a quick little video about how far should you go on dates. And so I'm talking about sexually, like that's a big question. I think women are a little confused about how far to go, like where do we draw the line? Because you want to be in a relationship and you want to explore a connection with the man, but you're wondering like, where do I draw the line? How far do I go? And so it really depends on what it is you want. That's what it depends on. What is it that you're looking for? If you want a committed relationship that leads to something more lasting, then this message is going to be for you. If you want a casual relationship, this is a different conversation. Because I love seeing women get into committed, juicy, intimate, deep relationships, but I don't like to see them getting hurt. And so this is going to help give you a guideline so that you can avoid those painful experiences that happen if you jump in the sack with a man too soon before you get clarity on where the relationship is going. So you really need this information. And so how far should you go when you're dating a man? You really like him. And so I'm going to share with you something that actually I didn't make it up myself. Todd Krieger did, but he recently shared it on a call that I did, and I really loved it so much. I wanted to make this video for you and share it with you. And so here's the rule of thumb with how far you should go sexually when you're dating, if you want a committed, exclusive relationship that leads to a bigger commitment like marriage. And so you want to don't allow any penetration, including oral, if that's what you want, until you have the 3 C's established. And so there's this 3 C's rule. And so the first C is commitment. You want to have that commitment from him. In other words, it's going to look like you've had a conversation about being exclusive. He's initiated it. He said, hey, I want you to take down your profile, or I'm not seeing anybody else. So sometimes they don't come out and say it. They might hint around. They might say, I'm not seeing anybody else. Are you dating other people? And that's a way that a man might initiate the conversation about being exclusive. Make sure you catch that and ask him, why? Why do you ask? Don't tell him if you are or not. Just ask him, why is he asking? Because he might be asking to see if you are interested in being exclusive with him. And so the first of the 3 C's rule is commitment. And so you want him to make a suggestion to become exclusive and get that commitment from him. So that's what you're looking for first. The second C of the 3 C's rule is consistency. You're looking for consistency, right? You're looking for consistency in his actions and his words. Whatever he's saying is exactly what he's doing, or at least close to it. So he's calling you, he's following up, he's texting you, you guys are making plans, he's keeping the plans, he's starting to talk about you and him as in future tense, like, oh, maybe this fall we should go skiing, or, oh, there's a new restaurant that just opened downtown, I really want to take you there. Those are signs that he's thinking of you in terms of a bigger picture. So those are good signs. So you want to watch his consistency. Make sure that he's following through and he's doing everything that he says he's supposed to do or is going to do. And the third C, I love this, is caring. Okay, you want to see that he's caring for you. He's sensitive to what your needs are. He's starting to anticipate your need. You've dated him for long enough to see that he gets your chair. He knows that you like no ice in your water. So he's saying, oh, she doesn't want ice. So he's starting to pick up little cues because you've been teaching him all along how you want to be treated by the way you're treating yourself. And so he's starting to demonstrate some care for you, right? And so now, how far do you go? So there's an attraction, you meet him, 1 or 2 dates, and maybe you're kissing, and you wonder how much kissing do we do? I thought it's really important to get really clear on this. So because women ask me, I've heard from one side of it is that I'm not going, we're not even kissing that much, all the way over to, well, I went too far, and now I haven't heard from him. And so what can happen is sometimes you might make out a lot on the first date and then realize, oh my gosh, I went too far. And the second date, you pull back and you don't do anything, which would be really confusing to a man because you come on strong and then all of a sudden you pull back. And he would be like, I don't get it. The second date, she was a complete different person. And so you want to be consistent yourself. And the way that you're consistent is that you you have the ground, the boundary that you hold. You've already decided while you're listening to this training call, you're making a decision that this is how you're going to do it every time, so that you can relax and enjoy the process, because you know you're going to have a boundary about how far you're going to go. So no penetration or vaginal, right? Or oral. And so once you know that, you can relax and have fun with it. I mean, you're a man, he's a woman, there's going to be some attraction. You're going to have to try it on, see if it fits. You're going to have to kiss and become a little more intimate. And so hugging, kissing, even rubbing up against each other, that's all good stuff. And as soon as it escalates, if it starts to escalate, then what you can do is just intervene and, have him slow down. And now some women say, wow, isn't that sending him a mixed message? And I say, no, it's not. You have to send him some kind of message. You have to let him know you're interested in him. And you also want to see if there's more of an attraction. And so you have to get through those first awkward kisses that happen in the beginning to see if you can get to the part where you're starting to get a rhythm together. And so you're not sending him mixed messages. The thing is, you have to have a boundary though about this. So because what happens is if you meet a guy and you go on a date or 2 dates, maybe 3 dates, and you maybe did some kissing and heavy petting, you want to see what he does when you put on the brakes. So you got to hold your ground and slow him down, because you're not going to, you have your 3 C's in mind. You haven't really got to that point with him. And so you want to slow it down, and you want to see what he does in that process of you holding your ground, because how he responds to that is going to give you a lot of information about who he is, and how he responds to handling his arousal is going to show you how he handles other things in his life. This is a really big insight into a man. So actually, it's really good experience for you to have. And so in that process, what you can do is how I like to demonstrate how to slow that roll. So say, you've got your hands around his shoulders and things are getting a little heated up. What you can do is just put your hand on his chest and look up at him and just say, I really like what's happening here. And I probably want to see it happen more in the future, but it's not going to happen tonight. And then you're smiling at him while you're telling him that. So you're letting him know that it's definitely a possibility and you're thinking the same way, but it's not going to happen right now. And so that's how you lay that boundary down, how you hold the line. And then you want to watch him and see what he does. What does he do with that impulse? And that's going to give you a lot of information about how he handles these other areas of his life. And so the thing is that you want to see if he's going to line up with you. You want to see if he's going to adapt to what you need. That's why it's so important to do this test. You're kind of testing him to see if he'll adapt. And that's what you want. You want to, is he trainable? Is he willing to wait for you until you're ready? You need to know that, because he hasn't done the things that you want him to do. He hasn't done the 3 C's yet, right? The commitment, the consistency, or the caring. And so this is the opportunity that you have for him to show you who he's going to be in this relationship. And hey, if he doesn't line up and he doesn't call you back when you put the brakes on and you hold the boundary, then hey, you're better off for it. You didn't sleep with him. You're not emotionally invested, and you found out right up front what his real intentions are. And so it's a win-win. You got to practice holding the boundary. Practice asking for what you want. You do it in a playful way, and then you will invite more intimacy in that moment. So he will really respect you for doing this. I promise you, he will respect you. And if he's interested in you and wanting something more with you, he will wait for you, because you've just made a challenge for him. And men love challenges. So you're a little sassy in that moment by putting yourself first, because you know that what you need, which is a committed relationship. And that's in the back of your mind. You're going, and I can't sleep with this man until he proves that he is wanting the same things. Because you need more time to explore, his behavior, and if he's caring, and if he's interested in being exclusive, but he has to initiate that. And so I hope this was really helpful. give the guy an opportunity, turn him on a little, but then hold that ground to see what he's going to do with it. Because in that moment, you receive a lot of information about his true intentions and how he handles not only this moment, but how he's going to handle other moments and how he's going to respect you. And so don't forget about these 3 C's: commitment, consistency, and caring before you sleep with him. Make sure he demonstrates those things. Once you get to that point, then you have something, and then you go to the next level, which is becoming intimate and exploring that. So let me see. Ladies, thank you for being here. Hi, Lynn. Thank you for being here. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lynn. And hi, Paul. Hi, Ken. We've got a couple guys. What do you guys think about what I'm saying? We've got a couple guys on here that are watching the broadcast. So now they're on to us. And so hopefully they resonate with the message. And I would love to see a little ditto for women. I like it. So that's true. This goes for us as well. If a man puts the brakes on, then we need to slow that roll down and show what our real intentions are. And so, yes, I think it works for both parties. Absolutely. This is a great rule to follow if you're wanting an exclusive relationship. Slow things down, get to know the person, create an emotional bond first, and then move into the physical if you're wanting a committed relationship that leads to something more lasting. Again, that's what I'm talking about today. And so thank you so much for being here. It's my pleasure to show up for you this way. If you have any coaching that you would like around a specific topic, please post it in the chat box or send me an email on the reply on one of mine that I send to you so that I can cover it in my next live Facebook, which will be next Thursday. Okay, hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's a little early for that, but thank you for being here. Lots of love. Bye-bye.